Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. 6:07, Tuesday, June 21st, 73 degrees, up to 85 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the radio pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. The conversation turns to hoops. Lucie, Fontanella, Morse, Dana, Simonelli, Hoops 360. All right, so I don't know if you heard before the break, but here's my question. Hoops 360, it's a cool name, but what are the 5 days that you're off?
That's a good one.
Jeremy's funny.
He is.
Can't we give ourselves 5 days off, Dana?
I think so, yes. Coach Lucie.
So it's not. So wait, it's not a calendar thing. It's like a 360-degree thing. Is that it?
You're good, Jeremy.
Oh,
you get all these connections.
Yeah. See, some people see the glass as half empty. Some see it as half full. I see it as a way to water a plant or quench a thirst. All right. So why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about Hoops 360? What is this all about? What are you guys doing?
Hoops 360, we love it. Hoops 360, it's an organization, Jeremy, in Ocean County. We teach basketball fall, winter, spring, summer, year-round. We also teach character-building skills, life skills, those kind of things.
Yeah.
I mean, we could keep going.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
There's sportsmanship, being positive. We run about 10 clinics a year through our community. We started in September 2013. It was just Coach Lucie and I always knew that we wanted to work together eventually in life. And fast forward 20 years later, and we started running clinics. We tried our first one.
That's beautiful. That was really touching.
So we are a little corny. It's okay.
Yeah, I got that.
We are.
I got that. But so what qualifies you two to run basketball camps?
That's another good question.
That's
Jeremy
right.
is.
I could possibly do this professionally one day. So let's.
What qualifies us? Oh my God! The moment I was born, I loved basketball. So basketball was always part of my life. Like you did, Dana. We played growing up.
Yeah.
Played in college. Continued to be part of the game, coaching at the college level, and this kind of landed on our laps. It was just the way to go. It was just the natural progression.
And the qualifications, I guess, is that we both played at Providence College. Eventually our love turned into getting full athletic scholarships and working hard. Lucie actually is a what are you? You're the Hall of Famer at Providence College. She's not going to like that I'm talking about it, but she's, and she's she's still the leading scorer at High School East. Just the resumes of that's what makes us qualified. Just more so that we love it, we worked hard at it, and now we want to give it back to kids.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful thing.
For sure. And I think
I got to tell a story.
Oh, you do?
Jeremy,
go.
Ready?
Yeah.
So Jeremy, back in the day.
Yeah.
There was a thing called the Racquetball Club. Do you remember it on Bachelor Street?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I was there too, by the way.
So
right.
Wait, I'll give you real quick. So when you guys were all playing like basketball or volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
Yeah. So I was the one playing on the U.S. versus USSR hockey game up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was no athletics involved.
It was there.
Yeah, I know.
She's not gonna know where I'm going with this. But Coach Lucie is a couple years older, right?
Right.
So I'm the little like the younger, the fresh fish, whatever. And I'd see her in the gym, and I'd be like, wow, she really works out hard. Like, I'd watch her. And then sometimes I'd mix her up and I'd see her twin. And I didn't know it was her twin. And I'd be like, aren't you Lucie? She's like, no, that's my sister. But like, I say this meaning, like, I saw her and I was like, I really want to work out like that. Or she was and then she was working hard because she was in college already. So that's just a little bit of like seeing somebody, watching them do things.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to do that. And
Right.
then we both ended up going to Providence College. Not planned at all.
Yes.
And we formed this friendship because she coached me my senior year in high school at Toms River North. She became a volunteer.
Yep.
And
shout out to Mr. C.
That's right.
Let's go.
And then I got even double blessing. She became my coach my freshman year in college. So that's formed our friendship.
Right.
And she was a role model and mentor, and then always kept in touch. And
that's the greatest thing about it. We always nurtured our relationship. We always kept in touch. I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's really what we do in Hoops 360, Jeremy, too. It's family. It's family. That's really where it goes. I mean, it is basketball. It's more than basketball. So we love what we do, and it shows.
Letting people know that they're important. The kids, the young people. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's interesting. That's an interesting story because it's also a commentary on how society has changed. Because 30 years ago, that was a really great story, and now it looks like you pretty much just stalked Lucie. I'm just saying. I mean, now there's a restraining order against you, and Hoops 360 probably never happens. I'm just saying.
You're funny, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's a different world we live in.
I'm going to start my morning here every morning.
Yeah,
This is like laps.
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
it.
So along with that, really women's basketball has changed in that time as well. I mean, when you were at Providence, it was definitely a different game than it is now, right? So how's that? I mean, that must be exciting to kind of watch the maturation of the sport and the fact that women now play at such a high level. I remember watching games back then, and if you would have a 44-42 final, you were like, oh, it's great. They actually put the ball in the, you know what I'm saying? It was a little different. Sure. Now you're seeing these girls that are really getting up and down the court and can drain threes like Steph Curry. So
And strong. Go talk about it.
Well, I just was thinking, because I'm the oldest one here in the room, by the way. Growing up, there were no female role models for me. My role models were John Starks of the New York Knicks, Magic Johnson, those
Utah
kind
Jazz.
of people.
Sorry, Lou.
Who
John Starks. My bad. Go.
Did you realize John Starks was really a role model? Really?
Come on.
He was a
played
total
so
head
tough.
case, but he was a head case.
He was.
No? All right.
But I
I'm
liked his
sorry.
toughness
Go
on
ahead.
the court. But
Go ahead.
Magic Johnson, he was like the all-around player.
Yeah.
But, so my point is that, as young girls, there were no female role models to look up to. But now I think that's the coolest thing about being a girl is you have these female role models that are in the WNBA.
Right.
And so I think that's so cool. I that's what I've seen change. This love for women in sports. Whereas back then, I was such a tomboy. It was like, oh, you play sports, you're a girl.
Right. And now we have female referees in the NBA. We have, I think, do we not just have our first female D1 coaches? Why did I think there was a D1 coach that
San Antonio Spurs,
Yeah,
Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond is she was an assistant for San Antonio. Now, didn't she just get a D1 men's coaching job?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Did
sure.
she?
We'll have to look that up in the break.
Yeah.
But it's really kind of an unbelievable growth in the way it's gone. So I know we are coming up against a break, right, Zach?
Yes, we
Zach's
are.
looking up Becky Hammond for me. So
Nice.
we're coming up against a break. So when we come back, I really want to understand kind of the programs that you run, the age groups that you really cater to, and if you can, please, when we come back, please try to bring a little bit of energy for us, okay? Because we're really struggling this morning, okay? All right, cool.
I brought the Nerf, Jeremy. Come on.
I know. I'm ducking for cover because I don't want to get hit in the head. Lucie, Fontanella, Morse, Simonelli, Hoops 360. Back after this.
Rush Limbaugh today at noon. More Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin coming up next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Now, back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. So, you know how I always talk about how, like, in the break, sometimes it's more interesting than actually what we're doing on the radio? Yeah, this would be one of those times. So, once Lucie and Dana leave, I'll tell the stories that Lucie told when. No, I'm not. I'm just joking. That's wrong. That's wrong. So, talk to me. What kind of what programs do we have going on? First of all, what age groups do you guys deal with?
So we go as young as 5 up to age 16. Right now, probably the biggest group is ages 10 to 14, the middle school age.
Right.
And God, yeah.
Well, no, So I used to coach my kids basketball when they were younger because I thought So I'm like one of those people that knows how to play the game, but actually when the physical part kicks in, it's all downhill from there, right? And I played a lot of Xbox and PlayStation. So, So my question is, aren't you scared with the 5-year-olds that they're going to get hit on the head like repeatedly by the basketball? Because doesn't it happen? Like there's a lot of hits in the nose.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nose bleeds, finger
that,
jams.
that stressed the heck out of me coaching little kids.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, Jeremy. So we decided to get this adaptable hoop.
Yeah.
So we have a traditional 10-foot hoop.
Right.
But we found this apparatus that we ordered.
I love it. I'm so glad you're talking about the hoop.
And so the hoop, it goes onto this 10-foot hoop because not many gyms have a hoop that goes up and down nicely, right? That's the wand question. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Go ahead.
So it actually goes from as low as 8 feet all the way up to 9.5 feet.
Okay.
So we can kind of like help the kids feel confident and get them in each spot. So it's not like a big, I don't know, the ball's careening off the thing.
Yeah.
So, but it does happen. They don't have their hands up. And
Yeah.
But but Lucie's got the good format. Go.
Well,
Talk about
I
the format
was
with the
just
little
going to
guys.
say a little joke because what happens is then the bigger kids want to come over and try and dunk.
Yeah.
So the hoop turns into a little bit of an issue. No, it's mostly
because it costs money, Jeremy.
I understand. I understand everything costs money. So when you bring the hoop down, because I know when you coach, because I ran a league also myself of little kids, and it was at a synagogue. So now I want you to picture like 40 little Jewish kids playing basketball. So anyway, you can put whatever joke you want.
We love everyone.
Yeah, that's good. We love everyone. But anyway, so and it was always the same. It's like there's 2 kids on the court that can actually reach the rim, and they take all the shots. Right, and then there's the little girls who are just kind of hanging out there, like not doing anything, and the little boy who's like dad is yelling at him because he should play sports and he really doesn't like it, and he'd rather be dancing or something like that. But you guys have figured out how to. I'm sure you guys get everybody into the game. Everybody's engaged. Everybody finds their place, and that's kind of the key, right?
Oh man.
Yes.
So so when our format sometimes, Jeremy, we have Coach Dana, Coach Lucie here. We have different age groups, and so Dana sometimes takes the older kids. I have the younger kids, and the younger kids have nicknamed me Coach Crazy because that's what you have to be with these little guys, a little bit of crazy. There's a lot of teaching, but at the same time, we're having a lot of fun, too.
Little segments break it up, right?
Yeah.
Because their attention gets a little slows down. So it's great. You just make it fun, do a skill, do some jumping jacks. It's just, it's awesome,
try and put
Jeremy.
in some teaching, but then you got to always have fun.
And you said you guys have you have like high school kids that typically help you, or you kind of like so there's a teaching thing there as you try and cultivate kids that may have an aptitude for this or may want to ultimately coach or teach or something like that, right?
Totally. Yep. Talk about our high school kids.
Well,
Coach.
Dana, I don't know about you, but that's really been so much fun for me is seeing our high school kids that have been in Hoops 360, but then maybe have taken a different direction and feel like maybe they're too big and they see the little kids and they don't want to come or what have you, but then they take part in actually being like a counselor, helping these kids grow, but in turn it's helping them. And we see that growth, and I love seeing the confidence in these young kids. It's so much fun.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so talk to me. What do you got going on? So I know you have something actually even coming up like soon, right?
Shout it out, Dana.
Yeah,
Say it. Come on, we like to say it.
ready? It's second annual Parkapalooza.
Parkapalooza.
Jeremy, this is a free community event. So we do it 3 times this summer. June 24th, this Friday, is at Bailey Park.
Okay.
We have a bunch of sponsors, just people donating some services, food, Jersey Mike's, Starbucks, Dairy Queen, Silver Bay Bagels. So Uncle
You have to
Dude's.
say it fast, like Jeremy would say.
And then
it. Go.
July 22nd,
No, not
Skyview
that, the
Park.
sponsors.
Oh, my bad.
Like fast.
Oh, yeah. Performance Orthopedics, Starbucks Coffee, Jersey Mike's, Dairy Queen, Pappy John's, Silver Bay Bagels, Rita's, Uncle Dude's Donuts, Models, and Summer Sweets.
That was
so,
good.
Anyway.
That was solid. That was good.
I got a solid. I
Yeah.
need a fist bump.
So,
Oh my
like,
God.
if I call out one day, Dana, you're getting the phone call, like, hey, can you cover the show?
No, seriously, Jeremy.
Yeah.
She would love it. She would love it.
Oh, boy.
All right, go ahead.
So it's at Bailey Park, Jeremy,
Right.
the 24th. We do it at Skyview in July 22nd, August 19th, Shelter Cove. We decided that we wanted to just have something old school. Lucie, talk about, because we used to play in the park.
All right, we got a minute. So go ahead. Where'd you play it? By like Skyview?
Skyview.
With like Alex Blackwell?
Oh my God! Of course, Jermaine Clay,
Yeah.
Alex Blackwell,
Yeah.
Nicole Servino.
Yeah.
Come on, shout out to
I
the
was
girls.
playing there too. I was on the D court. Which was actually just over on Vaughan. They didn't even let me by the hoop. They're like just... Anyway, wake up with Jeremy Grutta. We're up against a break. We're having lots of fun with Lucie Fontanella, Morse, and Dana Simonelli. When we come back, we'll talk more. I'm sure I will continue to emasculate myself and my basketball skills. Back after this.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 634, Tuesday, June 21st, 73 degrees. Get up to 85 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMM.com. 732-505-1160. To join the conversation, Lucie, Fontanella, Morse, and Simonelli, Hoops 360. Dropping some knowledge on us this morning about hoops. And we were talking about Parkapalooza. You said it was old school, but then we got off on some kind of I stink at basketball thing. So go ahead. That was me, by the way. So Parkapalooza, go ahead.
Back to Parkapalooza. Parkapalooza, Jeremy, was created last summer with an idea of, let's get the kids back to the parks again, having fun, playing basketball instead of all this crazy AAU, travel, those kind of things. And it was just an idea, and it was actually... I love it. I love it because that's where I grew up playing. You know, my gosh, where am I going?
It's a street ball tour of the local parks in Toms River because basically we used to go in the park, right? We used to go and play at Skyview, mostly you Skyview. I was a combination of Skyview Bailey. I don't know about you. Did you
all Skyview?
Did you go to Seaside?
No, all Skyview.
Okay, all Skyview.
I lived right there, dribbled my ball up every day, every other day. That's right.
So we wanted the kids back in the park because it's just, you know what it helps them do too? They solve their problems on their own.
Yes, Dana, great point again.
There's no parent to be like what to figure it out for them. They gotta work with it. And they fell down, you gotta get up.
Well, and I've heard the kids talk, oh my God, there's no like pressure. I could play loose and I could have fun.
Right. That was a good one. Yep.
People trying to tell me this or that. And that goes back to your point, Dana, where you have to solve problems on your own. And that's what I did growing up at Skyview Park with all these boys, like Jeremy. He was there.
No.
Yes.
I told you, Jeremy was 3 courts over. So, I had to have binoculars to see your game. All right, talk to you about the summer camp. What's going on there?
So summer camp comes up July 25th to the 28th. We are very excited because we have an awesome guest speaker on one of the days, Taj McWilliams Franklin. She's a former WNBA player. Taj is now the post-university women's head basketball coach. She's a 6-time WNBA All-Star, Jeremy. She did play for Bill Lambier. You said big Bill Lambier, who's at the Liberty.
Yes.
And she's just, she's honestly, because she's a former assistant with the New York Liberty, she's just a wonderful woman, though. Like, wants to give back to the game, wants to give back to kids. Had a great career, I think retired at like 41, 42. So just an awesome woman. So we're excited to have her come. And we just do skills, development, drills, and games. Ours is different, Jeremy. We go from 6 to 8 at night for 4 days because we think it's better to have quality versus quantity.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you see these day camps, 9 to 3ers, and that's cool for kids that need that. But we just want to cram everything in from 6 to 8. Get it all in.
Yeah.
Hardcore 2 hours.
I mean, what do you really do for 6 hours? This is not like D1 college quite yet, right? Like, what are you doing for 6 hours of basketball?
Yeah.
There's probably like swim time and silent ball.
Yeah,
at
that's
some
right.
point, right?
7-Up.
Yeah, I love 7-Up.
Me too. I love 7-Up.
Nobody ever picked me. All right, let's. Zach, why are you laughing at that? You have to live with me. All right, let's move along. All right, so those are awesome. So I'll tell you what, I am like I'm super stoked. I want to like go play basketball. Can I be like a guest coach or something?
I hope Jeremy comes to Parkapalooza.
Yeah.
Bring the family, Jeremy. Come on.
That's let's not get. That's going to bring
there
back bad memories.
Flat Jeremy, aren't you?
Flat Jeremy was stolen from Ray Katina. We don't want to talk about. There's a whole conspiracy thing going on right now. But let's move along. All right. Talk to me. This is the problem now because you've got me off my game, right? You're in my head. You're dancing in my head. We are going to give you the magic wand. Okay, you each get a magic wand. The magic wand, the pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability to wiggle your nose and make something happen. It's how you can make an impact without having to deal with bureaucracy or money or anything like that. You each get one because there's two of you. So we have to like split it in half, but it still has equal power. So what are you doing with the magic wand?
I wonder if we'd say the same thing. So it's like this magic wand where we could like try and change something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
gonna say it the same thing? Because you want me to like count to 3 and you say it together? I don't think anybody will hear that.
Well, no. So my thoughts were, so I grew up in a different generation. So like, I grew up playing at the parks where nowadays, Jeremy, it's a lot of this travel and this AAU ball.
Right.
So I think my magic wand, I would kind of put it upon maybe some parents, some AAU coaches, and that's great, but change the climate a little bit and maybe focus less on, outcomes and games, more on development and character and things that we got to get back to, things that matter, like the core of things as opposed to all these fancy jerseys and kids just going out playing games. I think I would want to do that. Dana, what about you?
It's old school. It's back to basics, back to keeping it simple. Our college coach would say that, keep it simple. For the magic wand would be, in addition to that, is then you have a place. We have this amazing community center in Toms River. I know there's the YMCA, but this facility, I kind of think of it like a boys and girls club, but it's multifaceted because there's sports and activities, but then there's also the social and emotional well-being of children that, needs to get tended to again because our world has changed. Like you said, Jeremy, social media, all these things. And so I think for us, our sport complements that. We do it, but we try to do that other stuff. Basketball is just the modality, but really it's that whole helping kids feel better about themselves and confident. So that community center, I mean, that would be like a dream. And our county is so, what's the population? I don't know, Jeremy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So last count, it was a lot. I forget what the number.
So that would be. There we go. That's my.
That's
wand.
awesome.
Like that, Dana. Yeah.
That was really
Let's
good.
make that happen. Ready? Go. It's
They just did like a Wonder Twin power activate thing. Yeah, and there's a ring pop. All right. Listen, we're down to like our last minute and a half, 2 minutes. So this is your propaganda portion of the show. Where can people find out more information about Hoops 360, website, Facebook page, etc.?
Do we have to go back to that quick talking like Jeremy? You have to go.
No, come on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So our website is www.hoops360nj.com. Our Facebook page, you just search us on Facebook. Jeremy, we have Instagram, Hoops360NJ. I forget how that handle goes. I'm not really, social media. I need a little bit of help sometimes. So I do. We try our best. We have Frenzy Friday on our Facebook page, which every Friday we post a video of something that we'd like to talk about. If it's anything from something coming up to a little, what do we do? 5 things we needed to know about Coach Lucie the other day.
Yeah, that was good.
And then, do you want our cell phone numbers?
No. Hoops 360. So just so we're sure, Instagram, Hoops 360 _. So that's Hoops 360 with a little underline thing.
He helped me. He helped me.
Well, that's because I'm following you on Instagram.
me.
See, it's following.
Stalking again.
Yeah,
Back to the stalking.
No.
Oh.
That was let's be fair. Dana was stalking.
Dana was stalking
I was
me.
stalking back
I
in the
never
day.
get
Yes.
close. I never get close enough to anybody to stalk them. So awesome. Well, okay. Listen, we've said so much. Lucie Fontanella Morse, Dana Simonelli. If you guys haven't figured out by now, there's a little bit of energy, a little bit of excitement. Most importantly, obviously, are in it for the right reasons. Do the right thing for the kids. Building self-confidence, making better adults out of today's kids. And sure. I really I'm going to steal what Dana said at the end there. Basketball is just the modality, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about teaching life's lessons with a hoop, right? So very good. Girls, thank you so much for coming in and spending some time. Can we do this? Can we do this again, later in the year? You think?
Whatever you
for
like.
sure.
Awesome.
Can we end with
We'd be happy to.
what we do, Dana?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Don't just play the game, develop your game.
Wake up with Jeremy Grudden back after this.